Hotep, I am that I am. Some call me Heru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist. Back at it again, here for you. Here, able to speak the mind. With episode 34. Truth is very simple. Truth is simple. If you're getting any value from these podcasts, from these shows, from these thoughts out loud, share it with others. Subscribe. Take the time. I'll hold right now. Subscribe. So you subscribe yet? Send it over to your buddies, friends, family, those you love, who actually really can get some value out of this, But truth is simple. Y'all hear them sirens out there? They've been going on all day, too. Fear. That's what that truth is. That's all that be bringing into fear. All them sirens do. Bring fear to a bunch of people. The mentality, the thought, the association, because that's basically what it is, what you associate with it, how you associate it. Truth is simple. Truth is broke down with simple principles. But the funny thing is, we as so-called human beings or sentient beings, we make things complicated. Others make it complicated. Instead of taking the time. And then the interesting thing, when you see how simple it is, you want to complicate it. You want to make it complicated. To put it on, to apply it. To apply the knowledge, right? Even though running a business is easy. Or is simple. If you allow it to be. If you have the principles in place. Truth is simple. Now, it was interesting. A brother I was watching on via YouTube, Minority Money or Minority Money or something like that. I forgot the name of it. He had a good point. He was talking about racism, even though racism is something that has been around for decades. But he was saying, utilize that energy you have, and put it to something that's actually going to benefit, where we can actually come together with our differences and get the information out there without causing violence. That's the thing. That's what I was talking about last night. Violence never solves anything. All it does is perpetuate the situation. Brings it to a whole nother level where other people want to get violent and act out of character. Truth is simple. That's why you have, when you look over, think about all the people. Even Gandhi was a great example. The simplicity. He was just taking out all the materialistic elements and just breaking down simple life. What do you got to do to live a simple life? And he was wealthy in many ways, regardless if he didn't have a bank account and all that other stuff. He was so wealthy. He was a certified, he was certified educational lawyer, attorney, so you can't take that away from him. But like I say, truth is simple. Simple principles all the time. The simple principles is what keep foundational elements. That was one of the things I did like about the Last Dance with the Michael Jordan documentary, or not just the Michael Jordan documentary, but the Chicago Bulls. It basically showed the simple principles. When you apply the simple principles, you win every time, hands down. You make your mistakes, you go through your trials and error, but you know what's up. The simplicity. You go back to simple basics, defense. Simple basics, making free throws. You feel what I'm saying? Simple basics. Controlling your handles. You feel where I'm coming from? People know these basics. When you actually apply the basics, that's the key thing about you doing your due diligence, doing your research. enjoying the process. That's what a lot of people don't. They just tell you the end result. Okay, you could be a multimillionaire, but what is the process? What is the thinking? What is the approach? Truth is simple. When you really get the aha moment about understanding how things work, then you get it. You see where I'm coming from? We make things hard. We make things complicated, and we don't want to see. And it's kind of interesting too. If it's not complicated, that's why I think I resonate with people who use simple processes are simple to the point, get to the point instead of bullshitting all the time, selling you on a dream, selling you on a dream instead of just here's the dream or here's what you got to do to get there. This is what it's going to take. Truth is simple. We got to get out of character. That's pretty crazy. We got to get out of character or do something that's, even though, like I said, we have come to a point where all the 60s, them brothers, Fred Hampton, all the classic brothers, the Panther brothers, all these brothers, all their wishes have came true. We're witnessing it, literally. The Khalid Muhammad's, all these brothers. Their truth has been told. Their truth has been in place. The Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther King. It's all in front of us. We're seeing it daily. The only change, you feel what I'm saying? The only time people are going to change is when we all change, right? When we all want to do better. When we all want to put it into perspective, or majority of us want to put it in perspective of making truth simple instead of complicating it. You got all the same story. They telling you the same story, but then they fabricating the bullshit like they do always. How you doing? Like they do always. That's why the point is, I would like to see an independent media network, period. Independent. And we know they're not independent. We know they're not selling on NASDAQ or the NASDAQ or the other stock market exchange industries. Not getting paid by these big businesses who's driving this country to the ground. Truth is simple. Then the other thing is, we get these companies, they're so big where they're pretty much bullying the smaller businesses out of business, period, right? So therefore you have to go to these other establishments, these big ass establishments. You don't have a choice because the little small mom and pops got kicked out of the game, can't play in that ball field. So this is something you got to think about. Or if you think, that's the point. Ask the question. Truth is simple. Just ask the question. That's all we doing here, engaging with you here with this podcast show. With this informational approach. With this live talk radio, or however you want to look at it. We want to engage you. We want you to engage, but we want you to engage with truth. We want you to put action with truth. Each one teach one. We come together. We bring our resources together. You know somebody that I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Truth is simple. That's why I do, like I said, Garrett, interesting man. Even when he breaks down just it's the value in the relationships. You feel me? It's the value in the relationships. How can we build with each other? How can we take our resources that my resources that I know, and bring them together and create something that will impact people, influence people's lives, betterment people's lives? You feel what I'm saying? We know it's not just a one-stop shop, obviously. we're going to come up with, but at the same time, it's certain principles that we tend to go to as a culture, as a society, that we don't really pay attention because we want that quick money. You know what I'm saying? Most of us want that quick, fast money instead of really doing it for that long-term money. You know, long duration where you got a business that's going to live forever. You know what I'm saying? That the only business I see that is insurance, the media, obviously, educational base program. You know, and I'm just sharing some truth with you. These are things we don't really come up with. We just come up with the little quick, fast, in a hurry. Oh, I need to make this money, and then I'm done. I'm no longer relevant. Oh, my goodness. The truth. Truth is simple, but we make it complicated. Your friends, your family, your brothers, your sisters, everybody make it complicated, and everybody has an opinion. That's another thing. You got to be careful with all the opinions you get into, even mine. Like I say, and I always say this, do your own research. Do your own due diligence. I'm here, I'm talking to me, really. This is who I'm talking with on this phone. I'm talking to me. Go back to this. Go back to my podcasts and my recordings. Listen to what I'm saying. You know, pay attention. Uh-oh. Become a better you. That's the one thing. Truth is simple. You can become better, but you got habits that you don't want to quit. That's what it comes down to. You got habits that you don't want to quit. But I'm telling you right now, today, you can change that habit. It's going to take a minute. But you can do it. Truth is simple. What do I like talking about here? Confidence. That's basically what I be talking about majority of the time. Confidence. Having confidence. Having confidence in yourself, your mind, your body, your soul, and everything you do. But do your homework. Do your research. Truth is simple. We make things complicated. Yeah, look at your laws. Look at the laws of this country. When you read that information, it's like, wow, I didn't get a word they said up in there. It's a different language, right? It's a different language, but you have to learn the language. Just like if you was going into real estate, you have to learn the language. Just like being in the media, you know, you got to learn their language. But see, this is the difference. Stop falling for the okie doke, as the brother would say. Stop falling for the okie doke. The okie doke. What did that even mean? These words we be coming from, these okie dokes and all these old terms that we don't even use anymore. And these old acronyms and stuff, that metaphors that used to be relevant once upon a time, that is not relevant in this time due to the changes of the environment, the changes of the mindset. Uh-oh. Simple. Truth is simple. Period. Truth is very simple. But we complicate it. We make it hard. We make it challenging. And then people around you want to make it hard for you. Oh, you can't do that. You got to do this. You got to go about this first. You got to go. Everybody's circumstance is different. There's not no one way to go about a situation. You definitely got to take some steps. Get some things clarified. You know what I'm saying? Get out of debt. Get that credit card out the way. You know what I'm saying? Get that student loan crap out of the way. You know, all these blockages, as we would say, blockages in the, you know, in the holistic world. Let's release that blockage. Acupuncture. You feel me? Releasing the tension. Release the beast, as they would say in the Titans. I'm telling you, we make things hard. But truth is simple. Truth is so simple that we forgot to ask the question, what is the purpose of all this stuff we doing right now? Even with this Black Lives approach, can anybody even tell me or send me a text or email or something? Tell me who actually created this so-called organization, Black Lives? And I wouldn't be surprised if it's some other than black folks, African American folks, that then created this particular idea, concept, or organization. We are, I'm telling you, we talk about racial issues and we don't even understand the capacity of what racial issues are really about. That's the messed up thing, the psychological, the sociological approaches of what is racism. What do it really do? What is it really about? Because it's across the board, regardless how you look at it. Everybody's going through it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a part of the system that needs to be addressed. It's the same situation with our school system, with our money system. The shit is broken, okay? It's broken. Now, when you got some elite family or elite group of people who's running the show, obviously we're going to abide by their rules. Truth is simple. Come on, folks. Truth is simple. But we complicate everything and we don't pinpoint what's really going on with the root of these issues. You feel me? Let's get to the root of these issues. Truth is simple. That sounds like a nice smoke break. Hold on. Intermission right there, intermission. But it's love. That's what the intermission is. It's love. Truth is simple. But we complicate things. And you know what? What complicate things too? See, usually educational programs, you understand that they have certain basics. You know what I'm saying? Certain foundations, right? 1 + 1 is 2, yada, yada, yada. 4 + 4 is 8. You feel me? And it goes on far as what we have. It's certain boundaries, right? Everybody talk about mathematics is the universal language. And really it's not the universal language. Love is the universal language. And love translate all languages. You feel what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's the medium. That's the medium, brothers and sisters. That's the medium. Love overrides everything. Now, truth is simple when you make it simple. When you break it down, when you give them the foundation. This is the foundation, then you can go off whatever you need to do. You feel what I'm saying? You can play and do what you gotta do. It's kind of like basketball. Get the basics down. Get the basics down. Like even here, let me break it down. Calisthenics, right? Body weight exercises. You get the foundational aspects, your push-ups, your ab workouts, your core workouts, your pull-ups, your sit-up. Well, I said sit-ups. Yeah, push-ups, abs, legs, your leg working out, your squats and whatnot, and your particular pull-ups, right? So the main four. So you're dealing with your dips, your arms. You're dealing with your ab workouts. Then you're dealing with the push-ups, the chest, getting that chest bulged out. Then you're working with your back with the pull-ups and whatnot. And I'm sure I missed a few other things, but those are the basics, right? Those are the basic foundations. When you got your foundation down and you're able to do at least 100 in each category, and that's no exaggeration, because it's about repetition, but it's about form as well. Truth is simple. When you got the form, look at Michael Jordan. He got the form. He had the basics down. He had all the basics down. The brother was well-rounded. That's another thing. He was well-rounded. He played defense. That's all I gotta say. He played defense. Now, show me any other player besides Kobe, even though he's gone now. Rest in peace. But my point is being an all-around player like that. Especially in the time being, I mean, because, see, the basic idea, what they're trying to do is make him one of the best athletes of that, not the decade, but that century, right? See, these are things kind of like the Muhammad Ali, kind of like the Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? They have their own categories, that's the thing. It's not you don't compare anybody with Muhammad Ali. It's just, you just don't do it. You don't compare nobody with Mike Tyson. You see what I'm saying? You just don't compare it. I can't compare Michael Jordan with Kobe Bryant. They have their uniqueness. Just like you have your uniqueness. Truth is simple. We complicate everything. Who's the GOAT of this? Who's the GOAT of that? Who cares? Huh? Who really cares? It ain't getting nobody further in life to know that Michael Jordan's the GOAT, or who's the GOAT, or Kobe Bryant's the GOAT, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's the GOAT, or whoever's the GOAT. Shit. Fuck a GOAT. Why you want to be a GOAT anyway? Oh, it's an acronym. I don't care. Listen to the word. You a goat. You a sheep. Shit. Bah. Come on. We are so sick. We are sick. People, we are sick. Like my brother used to say, Brother Zaki, he used to say it back in the day. We in a coma, brother. We in a coma. We sleep knocked out. Taking it. I mean, we gone. You know how you be sleeping and just be in one of them deep sleep. Nobody can even wake you up. Stuff be going on outside. Loud noises, kind of like they do every first of the month here. They turn on that hurricane alarm. That motherfucker's so loud. Everybody hear it on the island. You know it's some drama if you can't hear that. You feel me? You know you in a deep sleep if you can't hear that loud motherfucker. You know. So like I said, the truth is simple. You just got to understand the truth and find your truth. You see what I'm saying? Because, see, what truth mean? This is my interpretation of truth mean. Truth means commonality. You feel what I'm saying? Commonality, what we all can agree on. That's what the truth mean. You know what I'm saying? And when you're forced to, that's the funny thing. When you're forced to think it's the truth, it's really not the truth, right? Like your COVID. This COVID-19. People keep telling me, and it's kind of funny. Well, I had people die of the thing. Yeah, you had people die of the thing. And then the funny thing is, you had people die or people close to you, right? But you don't ask them what was the symptoms they already had prior to getting sick, prior to getting this so-called COVID issue. They're out of shape. They're not eating right. They're not even probably drinking enough water to even clean up the body in general. That's another thing I want to tell people. Drink more water. You got to add more value. That's what all the water is value. Value to help you clean yourself out. Detoxify you. That's what water is about. Finding the right water. I mean, I guess I'm hearing that this is some of the best water out here on the ocean. Out here in Hawaii. I'm drinking right out of the tap. But I think that's what makes it so unique, because I'm able to adjust to the environment, if that makes sense. It's kind of like playing out in the dirt like you used to back in the day, or if you even allow your children to even do that anymore. Truth is simple. We was getting told truth. Even John F. Kennedy was telling us the truth. You see what they did to him. You feel me? See what they did to him. Malcolm X, the truth. Muhammad Ali, the truth. Even though he sold his rights right before he died. I'm telling you, we don't even pay attention to the makeup. Pay attention to the makeup, people. All these people wasn't assassinated because they just was, enlighten the people. No, they was telling some truth. The truth shall set you free, they used to say. They still probably say that. even though we don't know what the truth is these days, because we so, you know, distracted by Fox Network and all these other bullshit radio news channels that really be pulling you off to the left. Okay, then we're going to pull you to the right. Then we're going to think you having this, and it's all based in fear. What is the good news? We talked about this all the time. What is the good news? A puppy. Oh yeah, the zoo guy, the zoo baby the zoo tiger just had a baby tiger. Oh, how cute. This is the good news, you know. Well, this guy, and you notice that is more, they're always showing you employees instead of employers. You notice that? Far as success stories. How this guy over here, he's been working for this person, and he's making all this, and he's making changes, and he's going out to feed the homeless or whatever. And he works. But you don't hear about business profiling. This is how many opportunities they opened up the doors in this community for. You don't hear a lot of that. What these brothers and sisters is doing with their music and their money, how they actually influencing their communities. You don't hear none of that either, huh? Your media. This is your media. Truth is simple. Really simple. If you seen, just think, if Michael Jackson came through your neighborhood and started helping out your neighborhood, all of a sudden you getting computers, and it don't even have to be dedicated in their name. They're just doing things to improve the community. Uh-oh. Truth is simple. So I got this drink I'm going to try. It's called Focus. Focus Aid. It's kind of interesting. I was checking it out. So it has 100 milligrams of natural caffeine, nootropics, alpha GPC, yerba green tea, B complex, GABA, American ginseng, carotene, vitamins C and D. So I'm going to try it, see what it tastes like. Flavors or sweeteners. No flavors or anything like that. 45 calories. So I need all the calories I need because I've been working on getting my big 15 pounds. I'm looking like I'm gaining a few. You don't really pay no attention till you compare the pictures, right? So I've been gaining some weight. I've been looking pretty swolio. But I've been working hard as hell too on my lifting and whatnot, especially doing all these push-ups, stepping up the game. You know how it is. Truth is simple. Truth is so simple. It makes you get up in the morning. And the first thing I'm thinking about, how can I influence the world? That's my first thought. What am I going to do to change my frequency and those around me's frequency to a higher level? To a level that we can make change overall in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in our worldview, in our overall planetarium. You feel me? Planetario. That boy talking some crazy talk. Planetario on the narrow. Simple. Truth is simple. The world's greatest principles. But that's what we need to be thinking about. If you got any value from this podcast show today, send it over, share it, touch others. You know, if you think my voice can captivate them, get them and compel them to make action, to take action today, thou shalt taketh. Huh? Make action, take action. What is the action you need to take? First and foremost, start thinking. Let me start off with that. Start thinking. Start asking questions. Why? Why is this situation I'm in? Why is this, even if you're in a good situation? But start asking the question why. That's the first step I want you to do today. Truth is simple. Ask the question why. Then the second question is, What steps do I need to take to get to where I want to be? Uh-oh. 2, what steps I need to take to get to where I need to be? 3, reach out to others. Reach out to some old relationships that you had in your past. Some cases, let me throw that out. Some cases that were actually still good, but you haven't heard from them in months, years. Reach out to them. See what they're up to. You may be surprised. I'm starting this. If you're with me, please email me. youarethegm@gmail.com. You can always call me or text me at 206-659-6382. Let me know who you are, your name, at least your name. This is Bada Bada. You said text me. Look, I'm putting together an independent media network. And the name of it is Consider Media Network. That's Consider with a K. And those of you who know me knows considergroup.com. And you can go check that out. Considergroup.com, and that's with a K instead of a C. Now, the plan and the opportunity that is really presenting itself is to have a format basically focusing on, fitness, focusing on health, having live streams, if not being able to stream certain shows. And I'm talking about documentaries. I'm talking about certain things that you're kind of like a Netflix, but it's not a Netflix. It's more like a CNN or NBC type of opportunity. You feel where I'm coming from? But you have access to this information. That's basically what this website is. Not just this website, this network is actually going to be. Because I'm putting together servers and everything right now. Because I'm talking some big. Look, I'm talking independent. Being independent, getting away from all these devices they're using. Put it on my own device. Put it on my own shit. You know what I'm saying? My own podcast. Shout out to you, Podbean. Look, shout out to you, Podbean, YouTube. Nope, but it's time to get independent. It's time to get your own shit. That's why I'm in the gardening. I'm in these certain. Look, gardening, making your own food. That's less money. That's less money you're spending at somebody else's store, making somebody else rich. You feel what I'm saying? Make yourself rich. Start off with you. That's the first step. You feel me? Start off with you. Get your shit together. Because I'm getting my shit together. I know that. Things are starting to be up, and I'm talking about up and up. You feel me? And I want you to join me. Those of you who talk about y'all my friends, family, loved ones, come on. I'm ready to go. It's time to go. It's time to stop bullshitting, procrastinating, because we good at that. We can procrastinate. All of a sudden, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years done went by. Oh, yeah, we was trying, and we was doing it. No, we didn't do it. We didn't implement it. You feel me? We didn't implement it. Now it's time. Here's an independent opportunity right now. And if you want to get on board, because I'm not going public with this particular entity, they always say have an exit plan, right? Have an exit plan. What you going to have an enter plan and have an exit plan. Are you willing to sell it off or do this and do that? Why would I sell off an asset? It's kind of like, for example, like GE, right? Everybody knows GE. They've been around for years. They're in all types of different industries now, right? General Electric, originally, it was Edison General Electric once upon a time. You know what I'm saying? But they just exit that brother out and called it a day. But my point is, look, having something longevity, like I was speaking on, insurance, longevity, all these things that's been around throughout our depression times, throughout all the little, hardcore times, kind of like the gold thing, right? Everybody talk about the gold standard, the gold this, gold that. Yeah, gold lives forever. Everybody gonna buy some gold. They know it's some, especially if it's some real gold. Don't be bullshitting, You trade it in a heartbeat for something else. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee now we're going to start seeing, black gold or soil, certain things that's going to be commodities. Well, obviously it is a commodity. Anything that comes from the earth that is actually a natural resource, literally a natural resource, not this manufactured natural resources we've been coming up with, man. We talked about natural resources, diamonds and all that, even though diamonds ain't really something that people, well, it is within an industry, but then at the same time, it's not something it's so many of them. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing with diamonds, but they don't tell you that. They keep fooling you, thinking you want to get one for your marriage and all this stuff. Then you divorce the brother. Then you go pawn. Yeah, that's basically what it is. The pawn, you go pawn it for a few $100s. After the divorce. On these females these days. But each his own. If you're getting any value, send this over to somebody else. Your fellow friends and family. This is episode 34. Truth is simple. Shout out to you all. Much love. Give me a holla. You are the gym. 206-659-6382. Much love. Have a great one. Hey, subscribe. Much love. I'm out.